Hey y'all, I want to talk about a true World War II hero named James Bell Bond. I know this is a bit unusual for my channel, but I think it's an important story to be told. And there's no better time as I just learned about him in history class, scrolling through the veteran archives. Just to be clear, this video is completely unmonetized and I'm not asking you to like, subscribe, or any of that. I see a lot of videos on YouTube regarding war heroes being really scummy and abusing sympathy for clicks and money. Okay, so James Bell Bond was born on August 23rd, 1921, in the small town of Clifford, Ontario, in central Canada, to his parents Edith and David Bell. As a child, he was often nicknamed Jim by his friends, who fought alongside him after the beginning of World War II. While I cannot confirm, his father likely fought in World War I and knew the horrors of war, being born in the time period of many World War I veterans and his location. Canada joined World War II just 9 days after World War II started, on September 10th, 1939. James enlisted voluntarily just 2 months after mandatory conscription began in Canada on August 23rd, 1940. From the 43 archived letters sent by or to him, I've learned a lot about his mindset, mentality, and life, and I want to share that to you. James was in Squadron 432 of the Royal Canadian Air Force and was known as a great navigator and fearless soldier by his fellow soldiers and commander. In the first 2 years of him being in the Air Force, he was optimistic for the end of the war and to see his family and wife, Olwyn Gwyneth, again. As time went on, he became progressively more pessimistic, before transitioning to a more responsible, optimistic young man once things began to look better for the Allies. The last letter he sent was to his brother Bill 4 months before his death, who survived the war and lived 32 happy years later until 1977. 2 days after his estimated death date, Commander W.A. McKay of the 432nd Squadron sent a letter to James's mom, Edith, informing her that on a bombing mission near Nazi-occupied Paris, he was shot down. James had over 20 successful missions and over 150 hours of flight time of raids over enemy territory. A year later, in 1945, James Bond's death was confirmed, and he is now buried close to the Seine River in Paris, at Clichy Northern Cemetery, Hauts-de-Seine, France. While there is no evidence that the James Bond film franchise was based off of him, I'd like to think so. I hope you appreciate the sacrifice this hero made and have a wonderful day.